Yes, Massive and crew, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a video about song arrangement in Renoise. I get a lot of requests for this, so I thought I'd just get straight to the point. I'm going to try and do a Logic one as well on another video. Don't forget, if you like the video today, don't forget to subscribe. Here we go. So here we have the Renoise arrangement. Not even arrangement. This is like a pattern, a Renoise pattern. Now the pattern's got lots of tracks, as you can see, that have all been laid down. You've got your amen, you've got your breaks, and you've laid down all these ideas, but you don't actually know what to do with them or how to create them into a sort of a song arrangement. So what we're going to do is we use this window here for the song arrangement. Now all of the patterns and stuff are numbered here, so what you should have when you first open this window, if I just get rid of these here just so you can see what's going on. So I'm going to delete those. Right, okay, so we start with this. So originally you should end up with something that looks like this, yeah? So what you do is you open up this window here, this little tab, and this little tab will show you all of your tracks. And basically what you can do here is you can mute them by pressing the enter key or return key. You can also experiment up here with what they sound like by going to this window here, and you can see that all the tracks are playing. They will give you this scope, yeah? So by clicking on them you can switch them on and off. And then you could use this to get a feel of how you kind of want the song to go. So for example, I might want it to go, first of all, we'd say the kick and the shuffle and the bass, and then bring in a break, and then the amen.
What are you doing so deep in trouble?
And so on and so forth. Right, so to put all that into action now, basically what we do is, just to let you know, just before going to that, is usually when I'm writing a track in Renoise, another way to kind of work, and it's not always that I work this way, is basically to write it pattern by pattern. So by the time you're sort of ready to sort of finalise, you would have an arrangement. So for example, if I was to first of all lay down track 1, usually you do track 1 and track 2, track 3, track 4, etc, etc. Obviously I wouldn't always start with an amen, but let's say I did. Then I would copy that block by doing this here, hitting this button, and this would become block 1. And then I could then unmute that as a second time round. So like, go to the pattern editor. Oh, I had the loop on there that time. Oh, let's try that again. So, another one, bring that in, couple more, building up nice. And then again, so this time we're gonna, let's see, not put the bass in yet. What could we do? Take out something perhaps. Bring in the vocal this time. This is just to give you a general idea.
What are you doing so deep in trouble?
Okay, so from here, copy that in, and then let's say we bring in the enough snare, bass. Let's see what that sounds like.
What are you doing so deep in trouble?
Okay, so that's one bass. That's just one bass idea that I've probably put down. Let's try this one. Yeah, that works. So we go. Now, once we get to this part, we might want to put a little drum roll or something like that. So at this point, you go to here on pattern 3. I keep calling blocks, and then basically make it unique so that it doesn't affect anything else in your arrangement apart from that part to it. And then at the end of that, we could probably put a little roll or something. Let's see. What number instrument is that? Number 5. So let's go to number 5. Yeah, lovely. And then let's kind of just give it a little. Okay, so I've got that on 16, so I need to put that on 1. There we go. And then 1. Up. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. This is a little effect that I'm adding in here, by the way. It just makes it kind of transpose like this.
What are you doing so deep in trouble?
It's not making much.
What are you doing so deep in trouble? What are you doing so deep in trouble?
Lovely. Okay, so that'll do us. So pop that there. Let's call that a little bass rise. These are just quick ideas. I'm not perfecting anything. I'm just giving you more of an idea of how we arrange stuff on Renoise rather than program as such. Yeah.
What are you doing so deep in trouble? What are you doing so deep in trouble?
Okay, so from there, turn that off. Okay, so one more thing as well that you'd want to do is on the ends of each track. What happens is if it plays onto the following pattern, it would usually continue to play. So for example here, where I've got this bass line that does a rise, what will happen is it will overlap and carry on playing, which is something you don't really want. There we go. So
what are you doing so deep in trouble?
See, they're sounding quite ugly. So what you could do to avoid that is if you click on the track, the same track on the next pattern, and just hit the return key, it gives you like a little mute track function. So another way to do it would be to hold down the caps lock key and then it puts an off command on it. Yeah, that'll definitely work. Unless your bass line has some serious release on it or sound.
What are you doing so deep in trouble?
There you go.
What are you doing?
Okay, so in a song, stuff mainly runs in 16s or 8s. You have a verse part of the song that runs for say 8. Then you've got another second part to the verse, which is like an addition part to the verse. There's no fixed way to arrange it. You just listen to the song, see how it sounds good for you, and then work out your own arrangements. You know, people have their own unique way of doing things. That's what gives you your sound. But yeah, a general idea, if you're getting confused, just do it in 8s and 16s. Sometimes your chorus is half the length of your verse, so the chorus is like the hookiest bit of the track. You have to decide what that's going to be. It isn't always you know, the most catchy bit. It could just be the bit that you decide on. So just to give you a general idea, this is how the arrangement window works. It does help if you label all your tracks you know, here, just by double clicking on them, so you know what's what. If you basically select a track, you can see down here on this part that it actually highlights, so you can tell which track it is. If you get confused as to what sounds make what, you can always go to this window here and look at the oscilloscopes, which will tell you what's what. So basically from here you can also like name parts of the song. So for example, this would be the intro. See, I wouldn't really want to come with the amen straight away. That kind of gives away the impact I would have thought. So let's try maybe something else. So let's try maybe nice. Go with something like that. Intro 2. Don't forget, if you like these samples, all the drums and stuff, they're from the sampleoids.co.uk website. Don't forget to go and check it out. Lots of samples there for download. Also some free packs for you to check out. Also my Busy Bee Science choppage pack. I'll put the link in the description. You can check that out. Lots of nice amens on there for you to download. Yeah. Now you probably notice on my blocks that they are 128 long instead of 64, which is a standard. So there is another tutorial that shows you how to do that, but basically I just create 2 blocks and then go to here and then join them together, and that basically gives me 128 and a little bit more, 16 rather than an 8 in the actual pattern, which is much better for me. Okay, check it out, let's see. Nice. Roll. Let's label that bass roll. Bass roll drop.
What are you doing so deep in trouble? What are you doing?
Okay, so we've got a little drum roll there. Right, let's put the bass roll next to the drum roll just so we know where it is. Bass, what's up, bass? Let's see where the bass is. Okay, if you right click your mouse button over one of these tracks, it's solo, like this. I want to find the bass. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, if you look at this oscilloscope, it's going sort of out of the box, which I can only assume it's probably because it's distorted. So, yeah, so let's take this down a bit. Listen to the meters. Watch the meters. Okay, cool. So this is our little bass roll. So now, unsolo. Unsolo. Use the force. Okay, so our bass is there. Where's the bloody bass sound now? Sounds interesting. Right.
What are you doing so deep in trouble? What are you doing so deep in trouble?
I want to do something with that. Okay, so let's go to there, paste it in. I don't want to end it, so here we go. What the hell? I think I've got an effect on that. Hold on, let's go to what's this? No, we don't want that. Ah, here we go. Here's the culprit.
doing so deep in trouble? What are you doing so deep in trouble? What are you doing so deep in trouble?
Try a combination of the two.
What are you doing so deep in trouble? What are you doing so deep in trouble?
Okay, so now we've got that little drum roll thing going on. We need to get that under control because I don't want a drum roll coming in sort of every five seconds. So let's get that drum roll sorted now. So I'm going to give that a colour. See what this is. Bass roll.
What are you doing?
This is our bass roll track. Bass roll, and our drum roll is here. So that would be this track here. Let's just have a look over here. That one there. Right, so let's give that a little colour. Right, so drum roll goes there, and after that really we want it to go back to normal. So let's get this. Okay, so we've got a double note here, so we're going to get rid of that. Double note again. Too much reverb on that bass there. Okay, so another drum roll. Keeping this really simple now. Then we go back to. So I think from here now we'll go back to the second half of the verse, which is now pattern number 5, I believe. Let's see if it works out okay. Pattern 5. As you can see, the bass is not turned on. See if this shuffle works now. That's quite nice. I'm just going to tidy it up a bit. Let's get this shuffle going here. And the general rule of thumb is, if the arrangement's getting too complicated for you, just make it simple. You know, go back to the simple style of it if you can't sort of battle it out and get it the way you want it. So let's see. Oh, lovely. That sounds all right. So from here back to 6. So what we're going to do now is clean it up a bit. So let's get rid of the stuff we're not using for a second on this arrangement here. So I'm going to insert this here, number 6. Let's see if that's the same as up here. That's not quite the same as that one. It's got this in it somehow. Yeah, I thought so. And there's something else in there that's not supposed to be there. The only way you can really make that sort of set in stone, so that when you call up a pattern number here, is basically to make it unique and then delete the actual parts that you don't want to use. Like, I'll do it now on this one just to give you an example. So pattern number 6 we've got here. Let's see, let's get rid of this now. Okay, so just clear that off, clear out what you don't need. All these muted ones, just clear it away. You can also just re-put them back, re-put the mute back on. As you see, this is now number 9. Let's go to here, number 10. Again, make that unique. So it's the same sort of thing, apart from getting rid of that. So clear that. That's the vocal, isn't it? Alright, and then put the vocal one there. Put a little bass roll in there. The idea is to have your track at least, 5.5, 6 minutes long. If it's a radio mix, 3.5 minutes, but junglist tunes, I don't really know many junglist tunes at 3.5 minutes unless they're kind of more for mainstream radio. And there you have it, guys. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be uploading a lot more stuff. This is my last video for 2015, so Happy New Year, peeps. Please subscribe. Still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's climbing up. When we get to 600 subscribers, we're going to do a question and answers. So you can ask your questions on, anything you want me to answer about music production and the junglist run-ins. Don't forget to check out sampleoids.co.uk. Also for all the junglist garms and stuff that I'm wearing, check out jdclothing.co.uk. Peace.